Soma Sports Talk Worldwide with some news from the world of boxing. So y'all know what time it is. You ain't in a rush to get concussed. Now let's talk about a little bit heavyweight news. We ain't been in the heavyweight news too much unless there's some kind of scandal going on. So heavyweight news. But you probably wonder, Doma don't talk too much about Anthony Joshua versus Tyson Fury, right? Yeah, because I only talk about stuff that I feel is important. So that's correct. I'm not monetized. I don't come on here to earning no money, right? So it's got to be something that's important to me that I think people need to know. And Anthony Joshua versus Fury isn't. Okay? I'll tell you why. This is what's up. Bottom line is, Anthony Joshua seems to want to fight Fury the whole time. The fight is signed with him and Fury already before, even though they have other fights to fight. Fury got to get past Deontay Wilder, and Joshua got to get past Kubrat Pulev. And those are definitely problems for both of them. I don't think Joshua going to fight Pulev. That's just another story. I just think Anthony Joshua, Canelo Alvarez, and Gennady Golovkin aren't fighting anybody hard without a crowd. Okay? Because they're used to having a crowd. That's my theory. They fought their whole career and the crowd is going for them. That's different when it's not that way and people don't hear nothing. Right? That's a problem for these guys who've been coddled. Right? That's a problem. But we're going to get to Canelo in another video anyway. But the bottom line is, I don't think that's going to happen. But those are the fights that have to happen before Tyson Fury and Anthony Joshua fight. Bottom line is, Anthony Joshua has a lot of energy when it comes to fighting Tyson Fury. He feels he can beat Tyson Fury. He feels he's going to knock Tyson Fury out. I'm guaranteed he's going to feel like he will walk Tyson Fury down and knock him out. They sparred before. Tyson Fury doesn't have knockout power. That stuff we saw with Deontay Wilder is questionable, with a question mark, a huge question mark on it, right? Tyson Fury is not that. That's what his point is. Well, Tyson Fury going to have to outpoint me, and I don't see him outpointing me so long. Anthony Joshua can move around the ring. We saw he had to do that against Andy Ruiz Jr., right? So make sure it's clear. Anthony Joshua feels he can beat Tyson Fury. That's why the energy's there. That's a new article talking about when they met in Marbella over there in Spain. He just told him, hey, if we make the fight, don't worry about Alexander Usyk, who's another mandatory after that. Yeah, Alexander Usyk is under Matchroom and Eddie Hearn, and they'll probably make something happen for an undisputed fight. And I don't care what it is. An undisputed fight is an undisputed fight. Any mandatory just got to wait. Even if his name is Usyk, you guys know how I feel about Usyk. First, Ukraine bring the pain. Second, I beat everybody on their home turf. It's boxing royalty when it comes to Alexander Usyk, but he would even have to wait when it comes to undisputed fight, right? So that's no problem. But I like Anthony Joshua's energy when it comes to Tyson Fury. I did not like that when he was trying to fight Deontay Wilder. Did we ever see Anthony Joshua go to a Deontay Wilder fight, right? Let alone get in the ring and call him out in front of everybody. Didn't do that. Did we see Deontay Wilder come to his fight? Hell yeah. Did we see Deontay Wilder want to come to another fight and get banned from Anthony Joshua himself? Yeah. Right? And we also know what negotiations did, even though there's still people to this day are still talking about like that wasn't, we don't know that that's definitely Anthony Joshua who didn't want that fight. Deontay Wilder didn't sign this. What? Right? And I'm not going to even get into it because it's not even worthy of it. Everyone knows what time it is. Now you see how Anthony Joshua is when he wants a fight. That is definitely not the same energy, and I think everybody can agree is it the same energy with Anthony Joshua when he was about to supposed to fight Deontay Wilder as it is with Tyson Fury. Fight signed, I'm running up on you, and I'm talking smack to you all the time. Was that any of that with Deontay Wilder? No. Why? Because there's the possibility of getting flatlined, and that possibility doesn't exist with Tyson Fury, and it is really, really that simple. Now, why are you buying, you don't like Anthony Joshua? Bullocks. Anthony Joshua was liked at first, didn't like anybody who's spoiled, right? Doesn't matter if it's kids, if it's anybody that's spoiled. Any other fighters, but I'm about to do a video about another one, so I ain't gonna mention the name 1,000 times. But anybody that's spoiled, that's getting what they want all the time. Anthony Joshua fought in England every fight, instead it says last two. Everyone, even the Olympics. And that was questionable. And everyone knows it. Right? So, and you didn't want to fight Deontay Wilder. But even though that, bottom line is, you down with Anthony Joshua. I understand Anthony Joshua, that people are trying to act like, oh, he was by Black Lives Matter, came on his crutches, and he was trying to get some publicity for coming. No, no, no. Anthony Joshua been standing for things like that for a minute, and I keep mentioning Raheem Sterling. Everybody from England knows who that is. It's a bad striker that England got over there, Sterling. He been going through it. People call at home games, calling him, you know, ape sounds, bananas on the pitch, right? And in all of Europe, let a brother miss a penalty shot. That's why they don't let brothers shoot penalty shots, because they know the home crowd. A brother miss a penalty shot at home, he might get some ape sounds or some bananas. So they just don't let a brother shoot, so we don't have to deal with that problem of getting those ultras not to come to the damn game. Like they're in charge of every damn thing. But that's a whole different ball game. But anyway, Anthony Joshua had Sterling's back from beginning. You appreciate that. You understand that he's aware of what's going on in the world, and he has no problem with speaking up about it. That's awesome. But we're talking about fighting. We're talking about who you want to fight and who you don't want to fight. Right? It's not about Black Lives right now. Right? It's about who you want to fight and who you didn't. You didn't want to fight Wilder, and you do want to fight Tyson Fury. And it's extremely, extremely obvious. So I think we can agree on that. Boom. Done with Sports Talk Worldwide. And I'm up out of here, y'all.